Hey guys, we're coming back at you with another episode of the HuntStand podcast. We're here for a Geared for the Hunt episode and pretty excited to talk about this new DV8 apparel from Muddy DV8. Will and I have had a chance to work on this project and its predecessor, which was the initial launch of TRX. The first line of apparel that came from Muddy stands for Timber Recon Extreme. And this is the next generation, a step up from the TRX launch called DV8. And I know you've just had some time in a tree stand with some of the stuff in Kansas.
Yeah.
We spent a lot of time with this stuff throughout the development phase. So let's break down kind of where the line is at right now.
Yeah, I think first and foremost, the thing I really like about the whole entire line itself is it was made with bow hunters in mind. It was designed for bow hunters, from the articulation in the elbows, cuffs on jackets. You've got the tree stand harness ports that are in the back still where they're made so you don't have cold that creeps in on you. And just every little detail that went into it was made for the bow hunter. Now, of course, we rifle hunted with this last year and tested it in some pretty extreme conditions. But other than that, a lot of us bow hunt. So I think that speaks to a lot of people out there.
Yeah, and some of the feedback that we initially got working on the TRX line was specifically from bow hunters, in the fact that some of the garments just weren't quiet enough. And when you're hunting in close quarters, tight timber, especially with whitetails, the slightest little rub while you're drawing a bow can cost you your hunt. We all know that.
Yep.
So one of the big upgrades, in addition to some more flexibility in some of these materials and just higher quality materials in DV8, is the quiet aspect.
Yeah, I like the fleece pieces that we've got. There's a midweight piece, kind of for those probably 50-degree and down days. And then we've got some other pieces that we hunted in Oklahoma with last year. What was it, 16 degrees a couple mornings?
That's right.
We paired that with some of the Nucleus gear, and it was pretty phenomenal. This is probably one of my most favorite. This is my most favorite lineup of camo apparel out there.
Yeah, and it's available in a veil pattern. It's also available in the popular mossy oak bottomland that we tend to gravitate toward a lot. Yep. And just like the TRX launch, DV8 came with a full collection. So you're not just going to find a couple new additions that we're calling DV8. There are a lot of different things. So you've got the Morph bottoms and tops. You've got the Mammoth, which is more of a late season deal. All the stuff is quiet.
Yeah.
And I would say in the DV8 line, the thing that I'm probably most excited about would be the Cyclone rain gear.
Stuff is quiet.
Dude,
and
it's
packable.
Quiet. It's packable, it's lightweight, and I can tell you that I was hunting with 3 different people during the second weekend of archery season in Minnesota this year. Downpours, just steady downpours, relentless rainfall, and all of us stayed dry. The only time I screwed up and didn't remain dry was I made the mistake of tucking it into my rubber boots, and of course, naturally the water flowed into the boots, hit my socks, and then wicked up my socks because I've got moisture wicking socks. So what's it going to do when you get rain in there? It's going to suck it right up into your base layers, into your socks and everything. So you definitely don't want to do that if you're wearing rain gear and you're pairing it with the DV8 rubber boots that Muddy makes.
Yeah.
And then also, I just wasn't careful about my hood a couple times, had some water come down through my back. But if you're using this stuff how it's supposed to be used, I'd say it's pretty bulletproof.
It's pretty bulletproof, and I think when you look at a lot of other rain gear on the market, you feel like you're putting on a brown grocery sack, like one of those paper sacks. It's so loud, it's crunchy. Feels like if you just catch it on a leaf, it's going to rip, or if you just barely snag it on something, it's going to cut at the seams. This stuff is super durable, and that's what I like about it. It's got the waterproof zippers that are also quiet, so you can stick your phone in there if you still need to have access to check things like HuntStand. It's one of the best pieces. It is. I've worn a lot of different rain gear, and I think it's the best one out there.
I agree. I've worn expensive stuff, cheap stuff. The cheap stuff,
Frog Talk. I probably shouldn't name drop.
Yeah.
Frog Talks.
I've worn that stuff too.
Yeah.
it never lasts. You can't be hard on it. You can't be crawling around. You can't be busting through brush. None of that kind of stuff. This is rain gear that transcends just whitetail hunting. I would have no problem whatsoever going on an extreme western hunt with this rain gear, or even Alaska. I've been to Alaska a couple times, and I can tell you, I wore some lesser stuff while I was there that barely held up. So I can guarantee, if you're going to go do a caribou hunt, if you're going to go do a moose hunt, anything in those really, really wet climates, somewhere like Alaska, this is rain gear that you can trust. So,
well, and I think people that are probably wondering, like, well, how small does it pack down? Like, the jacket that, you know, standard size for most dudes is going to be a large XL. It packs down smaller than an Nalgene bottle. And so I, like, in Kansas a few weeks ago, I had a lumbar pack. So, you know, you're not going to be putting a lot of stuff in that lumbar pack. And it's nice because of how small it'll pack down. I can just shove it in the corner, and I've got it there if I need it, because we ended up needing it. Like, we got up in the tree, one of those afternoon showers came through, and so we were able to stay dry.
That's one of the big things about rain gear. Like, you don't want to have it with you all the time, but the moment you don't have it is when you need it. So for it to be packable, for it to break down into a small profile, makes a really big difference, because then you're going to have it with you when you need it. And you're not going to be hesitant to throw it in your pack and take up a bunch of unnecessary space or whatever.
Yeah.
Really happy with that piece. Another thing I want to mention is this Enduro jacket. This is kind of like an all-purpose jacket that can be used from, like, I would say, like you mentioned before, maybe like in that 50-degree temperature range if you get cold easily.
Yeah.
It's pretty packable in itself, so it's one of those that you could just toss in your pack if you just want to use it for layering, and just only wear it in the morning, only wear it in the evening, where it's not super, super cold out yet. And also, it's just a pretty cool looking jacket that you can wear if you're working around the farm, maybe having a couple beers with your buddies out at the bar or whatever. Like, I wouldn't be ashamed to wear this thing into town.
No.
Get down with it.
No, and I would say, like, just for reference for everybody out there that's watching or listening to this, like, you know, Josh and I are throwing out temperatures. This is by no means, like, exactly what's on the product specs. Like, this is temperatures that Josh and I have experienced this gear and used this gear with, and we're talking, like, this is just if you're layering with this piece only. We're not talking about any kind of mid layers that are underneath, or insulation layers, or base layer like Nucleus. Like, this is just straight to the skin. You might have a t-shirt or long sleeve shirt on underneath. So, I mean, that's good for that. I mean, I would have to say the piece that I'm most excited about, because I've already gotten some good time with it, and just due to the climates I hunt most of the time, being down in Texas, like, we're not going to get really cold until pretty much Thanksgiving. Like, we're going to be dealing with a lot of 50 to 80 degree temps, and we've got this Quest midweight quarter zip with a hood that I even wore it in Kansas, but it's got a kangaroo pocket in the front, so, you know, you can put your phone in there. It's got the articulated cuff, you know, for if you're bow hunting. That way, if you're a wrist guy with your release, it doesn't get in the way or feels bulky. And it's just a good all-around piece. Available in Bottomland. I mean, I like it a lot, and I'll use it as a base layer too, underneath, like, the morph pieces for bow hunting, because it's not going to be bulky. It's going to allow me to draw back, and then I can still be quiet with the morph pieces over top. Like, as soon as November hits, that's all I'm going to be wearing until we get super cold.
Yeah, for sure, man. And the Quest as well is something I found myself gravitating toward during turkey season, being a turkey freak. Really, really nice for those early and even into late spring temps, when you just need something light.
Yeah.
And I love the fact that this version has the hoodie, kangaroo pocket. Like, you can get away with a lot. You can do a lot of different types of hunting in this thing.
I'm a hood guy.
Yeah, I love having the hood. One thing that you mentioned that you kind of breezed over, I know it's not part of the DV8 line, but something we haven't really covered in depth yet, and we probably will at some point, is the Nucleus heated gear.
Yeah.
That's also with Muddy. Again, it's not under the DV8 line, but that stuff is unbelievable. So
it's a game changer.
It literally, like, people throw around the term game changer a lot, but for me, I'm from northern climate. I really love late season hunting, and frankly, I hunt turkeys so early sometimes it's still winter out there when I do that. The Nucleus heated gear, it's powered by rechargeable lithium-ion batteries, And it's essentially like this coil system. There's bottoms, there's tops, there's gloves, there's a hand warmer that also doubles as a seat warmer, socks. It's battery powered, and it's very non-intrusive. Like, you can wear it under as a base layer.
It's a next to skin base layer.
Yeah, it doesn't feel like you're wearing some crazy like robotic suit. It feels almost just as non-intrusive as wearing like a merino base layer. Like, you can hardly even notice the coils or anything.
Well, and the nice thing about it is, when you get to those cold days or you get to late season, I mean, you're going to have days in November, December that it's going to be, teens or single digits. I hate having the feeling like the kid from A Christmas Story going to the deer stand because you're so layered up trying to stay warm. That is pretty crucial to me and for a lot of bow hunters, because if you're having to put on like 4 layers because you want to go kill a buck with the bow, or it is your bow season, depending on what state you're in, and that's the only weapon you can hunt with, and you're not a compound, or you're not a crossbow guy, you're a compound guy, that's intrusive, and that could cost you a shot on a deer. It can really change up how you shoot those bows. And so just being able to have that next to skin base layer technology like that, I love it. I mean, like, I hunted in Ohio last year in a tree stand. I had never gotten that high in a tree before, so I'm already like, I'm not a heights guy. Like, I kind of freeze up a little bit. And so when I get up there, like, being able to stay nimble climbing up on a tree on a cold day, like, that's a safety thing too. So, I mean, it is, as cliche as it sounds, a game changer.
For sure, man. Well, you're going to hear us talk a lot more about this Muddy apparel, specifically the DV8 line, as we progress further into archery season, get into some of the late season rifle and muzzleloader hunts. We need to wear some of the heavier weight stuff. It'll bleed its way into some of the other HuntStand podcast episodes naturally, because this is one of those things that we really rely on to spend time out there, be consistent, find success. So we just want to give you a quick preview of what this looks like. Check it out at gomuddy.com. But also, if you're a HuntStand Ultimate member, you're going to save massive dough
money
on this Muddy DV8 stuff and a bunch of other gear. So if you're not already an Ultimate member, you should probably get the membership. You buy a couple things, it's going to pay for the membership in itself with the discounts you get on this. But you don't want to overlook that HuntStand Ultimate membership. So this is the HuntStand podcast, and we'll see you on the next one.